Welcome to HBD Sports. It's Money. It's Clyde. It's Thursday, baby. We're going to talk some wrestling. You ready, brother?
Yeah, baby, I'm ready. Ow!
You over there? I love it, man. You're sounding like a young Marty Jannetty today.
Yeah, I'm out of control, brother.
Feeling
over
it.
my wrestling buddies, man. It's just out of control altogether this morning.
So, man,
this afternoon, whatever time it is.
Well, happy Rusev Day.
Yeah, you too, brother. And everybody else have a happy Rusev Day.
That's right, man. Nothing like that. So, lots to get into today. We got a lot of news we're going to touch on today. Last night was NXT. They kicked off the Dusty Rhodes tag team tournament there. We've got some news on Fastlane we're going to touch on. I think most of the matches are kind of locked in stone here for Sunday. Well, they all better be locked in stone. So we're going to talk about that a little bit here. And since Fastlane's coming up, what better time than now to talk about the 10 fastest matches in WWE history. Got a little bit of Cody Rhodes news, and also we've got a little bit of news on WrestleMania 36. Some breaking news on that today to touch on. So lots to get into today. Always busy in the wrestling universe, brother. But before we hop into the news for today, Clyde, won't you be so kind as to tell the audience what's going to happen if this show is lucky enough to reach 1,000 subscribers?
Well, at 1,000 subscribers, we're going to get old Dave over here with his, we're going to get him an Elvis suit. I guess he's going to wear me out, kind of honky-tonk man style, I guess. I hope.
With what, though? You said Elvis suit and then wear you out. You didn't say nothing about the guitar, did you?
Oh, yeah. Damn guitar.
I think you give people the wrong impression, dude. Like, you left the most important part of the angle out there, but that's all right. Yeah, so if you like the show, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Most importantly, please smash that subscribe button, please, because at 1,000, we're smashing this guy with the guitar on camera for you guys. So having said that, we'll hop into the news. Did you get a chance to see any of NXT last night? I know you live like a jet-setting, airplane riding, like fast lifestyle, limousine riding. You know, I know you're so busy all the time. But did you get a chance to see any of the show last night, brother?
I did see some clips of where Matt Riddle come out, basically challenged the Velveteen Dream for some North American title.
Yeah,
I did see that.
That was kind of the shortest segment of the show, and at least your attention span is long enough to cover that one, brother. Yeah, that did happen, but no, that's an interesting angle, man. That should be a good match, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a fan of both of those guys, man, so I'd probably be pulling for Velveteen Dream, but I'd be okay either way.
Can I ask you a question? Is there anything in wrestling that you're not looking forward to? Because like daily,
looking forward to all of it.
Yeah, because pretty much when we discuss every topic, it's like your answer is you are looking forward. I can respect that and I appreciate it, brother, because I'm pretty much looking forward to everything too, except for our encounter today with whichever superstar had some words for our show. Other than that, I'm looking forward to everything too. So the Dusty Rhodes Classic, speaking of like looking forward to stuff, this tag team classic is underway. And the in-ring action was really good, man. I mean, this could be the best, the best Dusty Rhodes Classic yet.
Yeah, it should be some solid wrestling, man. Yeah,
Ricochet and Aleister Black took on, and excuse my pronunciation on these two guys. Is it Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel?
Sounds good to me.
Close enough, right?
Close
whatever, man. Yeah, but Ricochet and Aleister Black won this match, and it was a phenomenal match, man. Lots of back and forth. Really, a little more back and forth, actually, than Ricochet and Black had seen in the last few weeks. That's the most damage they've taken in several weeks there, in the ring. And Black and Ricochet ended up winning the match. It was a really good, phenomenal match, back and forth. Lots of action, brother. I can't believe you didn't take a few moments to watch the show, considering you're hosting a wrestling podcast. But that's okay. We'll move on. I digress. Then Oni Larson and Danny Burch, they took on the Forgotten Sons. You got anything on that one for us?
No, I don't even know who those guys are.
Okay, well, the Forgotten Sons defeated Oni Larson and Burch. It was a pretty good match. Then one of my favorite matches of the night, well, actually my favorite match of the night, was the Street Profits versus Mustache Mountain. Just 'cause I'm a huge Mustache Mountain fan. You like those guys?
Yeah, the name's a little odd, but yeah, I like the wrestling.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of their ring work. Mustache Mountain defeated the Street Profits in this one, and we're just kind of going through the results here for you guys. Then Velveteen Dream did address the NXT Universe, and they're building up for this match with Matt Riddle, which ought to be a phenomenal match. Hopefully, you're going to have to take a little time away from your I just picture you in the bed with all the voluptuous women laying around you, just plates of strawberries everywhere, but maybe you can drag yourself away from that long enough to at least watch this Riddle and Velveteen Dream match whenever it takes place.
Yeah, I'll book it, man. I'll book it today to watch it.
That's right. Then DIY took on the Undisputed Era, and Gargano and Ciampa pulled this one out, and I guess it was a phenomenal pay-per-view quality match, man. It was awesome, and if you haven't seen that one, guys, go back and check it out. Like I said, we're just kind of going over the results today, but yeah, it was a phenomenal match, and I was kind of surprised that they won. I guess considering that Ciampa's injured, I was just kind of surprised to see them actually advance in the tournament. But I do know that they filmed this in advance, and I'm just not really sure on the dates of everything, you know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's gonna be out for a while, Mr. Ciampa.
Yeah, he definitely is. So without further ado, man, I guess we'll hop into your favorite segment of the day, which is going to be like a. I guess we do this daily, really, now at this point, but it's going to be our. WrestleMania news of the day. Did you know that this news broke right before we went on the air here today, and this is beautiful. This is one of my favorite cities in the entire country. Just the sunshine is always there. WrestleMania 36 to take place in Tampa.
Man, we need to take a vacation, bro.
Sounds beautiful. And what's cool about that is, I guess, how many wrestlers, like, I know we kind of live in a wrestling hotbed here in Louisville. Well, it used to be more so 10 or 15 years ago, but I think like that's probably the most like wrestlers and retired wrestlers per capita like live in the Tampa area, don't they?
Oh yeah, man. There's your chances of running in, especially when like the legends of the golden era wrestlers, your chances of running into them guys there is really good. They even own businesses there.
Yeah, you got Hogan's Beach Shop right there in Clearwater, and I mean it's a wow. I can imagine that Hogan's Beach Shop's going to be jamming the week of WrestleMania 36, man.
So that's a plug for the Hulkster, and there's also doesn't one of the Bushwhackers have a gym there?
There's a gym, yes, right there on the old strip there in Clearwater. Absolutely, they do. Yeah, I remember. We was down there one time.
Hulk Hogan and the Bushwhackers owe us a drink.
I didn't even know the Bushwhackers had the gym down there. Of course, I knew about Hogan's Beach Shop. I was down there. We was sitting on a patio eating one night. It was beautiful out, and I just literally look up the business right next door to where we're eating at. There's just this huge like glass sign, you know, it's just Bushwhacker Luke's Gym or something like that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I remember you actually told me about it. That's pretty.
I think I sent you a picture of it actually.
Yeah, I think Jericho lives down there. I want to say the Big Show. A lot of the wrestlers. World-class city, I guess, you know. I don't know a lot about it other than the wrestlers are down there.
Yeah, so WrestleMania is going to be held, WrestleMania 36 is going to be held at the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it'll be the third time in the last 9 years that WrestleMania has been held in the state of Florida, and the fourth time in history of WrestleMania, just in case for all you historians out there.
Yeah, what a good place to hold it. It's one of my favorite destinations.
So, got just a little bit of AEW news today. I guess we'll go ahead and transition into that, hop into that for today here. And if I can get it pulled up here. Yeah, Cody Rhodes spoke recently on his knee. For those of you who didn't know, Cody Rhodes had a knee surgery, was it maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now? And here's what he had to say recently. Wrestling Inc. interviewed Cody for this podcast, for their own podcast. So I want to give a shout out to that and mention exactly the source of where we're getting this from. But Cody Rhodes on how his knee is doing. He said, so the knee is weight bearing, and it was weight bearing right after surgery. I had a meniscus scope where they just dig out the cartilage, so that's the pain, and the swelling and the recovery is based off how much digging they did in there, which they did a lot because there was a little more damage than they anticipated. But I don't have to wrestle until May, so this is the perfect time to have undergone the knife. I'm lucky that I have the time. I don't like the crutches they gave me, and I fell at the office yesterday, so I've been humbled by my own body, but the scope went well. So that's
good. That's good news.
That is good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah, hopefully he can make it back in the ring by May. Have you been watching like any of the episodes of the what is it, like the Road to Double or Nothing? Like they're kind of building up to it on YouTube. They have like a little mini series. Have you seen any of the episodes of that?
No, I didn't even really know about those. I appreciate you telling me. I'll have to check them out. Any of our listeners that didn't know, I should check it out too.
Okay, for any of our listeners that do listen out there, yeah, it's awesome. The most recent episode was pretty cool because at the very end of I think this was either the most recent or the one before where they signed B Priestley, and they gave her a call, and Cody's kind of gimping around the crutches. And then at the end of the show, I think Brandy kind of did like a shoot at the end of the show because she's talking about how she don't think Cody should be rushing back, and he has no reason to push himself and actually wrestle in May because he has his whole life now that they've started this, this new wrestling promotion together, and that there's no reason for him to rush back. And she kind of like stomps off the set at the end. But I kind of think that was like an angle, and it was pretty cool. That was like. Anyway, the show's pretty good, but let me ask you, brother, what I was wanting to talk about here. You haven't seen this show. You haven't seen NXT last night, brother. What was going on? Let's cut the show for a second. What was going on at your house last night? Fill us in. Set the party scene for us, brother. Paint the picture for me.
Well, Marlena had about 15 of her friends over, and we just did things that I can't even speak of, brother, without being probably arrested, maybe.
We do not want to see that. We don't want to. I figured you was having a good time, brother, because you're addicted to wrestling, and there's only one thing you love more than wrestling, and I don't want to say it on the air, brother. But so I was just wanting you to paint a picture for me and for the audience of why one might not be up to par on the wrestling knowledge the following day after something like that.
Yeah, I was trying to get my cardio in, man. You ever heard of the Wisconsin wheelbarrow?
Okay. All right. Here's what I'm going to do now.
Shit, you might have to edit that. like Googling the Wisconsin wheelbarrow.
All right, so the Fastlane matches card, start time, date, location, match rumors, all the stuff here. We've got all the juicy details here for you. CBS.com was kind enough to print up this beautiful article, which we're going to go over with you guys. And so without further ado, we'll hop into the matches. The WWE Championship match is going to be Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens. What do you think about that, brother?
Oh, I love it, man. It'll be a solid match. I'm actually pulling for Daniel to win that. I want to see him with Kofi at WrestleMania, but I'm looking forward to that match.
Yeah, I think they're building for the Kofi at WrestleMania. That's why, for whatever reason, I feel like even if like Kevin Owens destroys Daniel Bryan, he's going to walk out with Bryan's still going to walk out with the belt. There's going to be some kind of disqualification or interference in this match is what I'm thinking too. But it ought to be a beautiful match, man. Both of them can go in the ring. It's both of them are very talented.
Yeah, students of the game, and they're the kind of guys that's all they want to be is wrestlers. So it's gonna be a good one. So it's gonna be a barn burner.
Yes, it is. And after we review this, we're gonna kind of talk about since it's Fastlane season, we're gonna talk about the 10 fastest matches in WWE history. But before we hop into that, we're gonna finish reviewing this show here. We got Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. What do you think about that? Hello.
Oh, you said Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. I was just sitting there thinking about Becky for a second.
Zoning out, brother. I'm gonna need you to come back to earth for a minute.
Yeah, that one's gonna be good too. That's another one I feel like it could end, and I feel like everything. Of course they want to build this pay-per-view, but it just feels like this is all for WrestleMania. Let's get the final storylines kind of settled in. But I'm sure it's going to be a good match. Every time they step in the ring, it's good.
Yeah, I think so too. And so it's Lynch should earn another victory over Flair, and we can then put all our focus into the triple threat we've seen coming our way for weeks, right? Is that kind of...
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm just kind of reading the final line of the summary there. I think that's perfect, and I think that's kind of what you've already been predicting, is coming our way.
Maybe they'll throw in a special referee. Maybe Stephanie will get in there.
Yeah, and that'd be a good way at WrestleMania for like them to put Becky over, and like you said, Charlotte will probably end up taking the pin or something, and maybe Ronda will step away for a minute, and she'll still be undefeated basically, and then when she comes back, she'll be able to just continue busting heads or something, you know?
Yeah, she's in full blown heel mode now.
Right, I know. I wouldn't want to be in her way, brother. All right, no. so then then we've got the Shield versus Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, that's an interesting match. I feel like something's going on more with the Shield, man. I keep talking about the Wyatt family. I almost think they're going to come back and they're going to battle the Shield, but I don't know.
Okay, but Rowan is with Daniel Bryan right now.
Yeah, I was talking about maybe like Bray Wyatt, Harper, and then maybe Braun Strowman, but I don't know.
I can't see him putting Strowman under anybody at this point. If he's any kind of faction, Strowman's going to be the face of it, I would think.
You're probably right. I'm just a big fan of the Wyatt family. I mean, that storyline could be completely.
Well, I'm a big fan of Tom Hanks, but I don't talk about him on every show, damn it.
Carlito.
So we can move right along on the show here. Yeah, I agree about the match. I think they're just using it like basically to put the Shield over, and it's going to be kind of a squash match. I mean, it's going to be some back and forth going on in it. But what was more interesting to me was, did you see like the commercials where they're building up to Fastlane? And I think it was on SmackDown this week and on Raw maybe. No, I think it was on SmackDown. They was building up for Fastlane. And they was talking about like the Shield reunites for the last time ever to battle against talking about the match coming up here. And I was thinking, like it says for the last time ever and all that. Like they're still trying to like play the Ambrose is leaving angle. Is that kind of what they're still playing on us?
It feels like they're still working that, and it's kind of odd, man. I went from thinking he was leaving to thinking he's not. There's like another question mark. It's like a never-ending work with the crowd.
Well, let me stop you. Let me stop you right there, man. Can I just stop you right there? Because I really don't think that there's any way. And breaking news. Dean Ambrose is not leaving WWE, dude. I just don't think it's going to happen, man. And if he does, I'll get on here and say, man, I was wrong, because all this is just, everybody's just giving it their best guess. Anyway, we're all taking the information that we have and trying to paint a picture with it. But I don't think Ambrose is leaving, brother.
I'm kind of back on the fence, man. Unfortunately, I want to believe he's going to stay because I still think there's a lot to do for him in the WWE. But we'll see. The future will tell, brother.
Time will tell, brother.
Yeah, dig it.
So then we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, Usos versus The Miz and Shane McMahon.
Yeah, that could steal the show, man. Those Usos, dude, they can go. Aggressive. I love their style of wrestling.
Yeah, the Usos are so fun to watch, dude.
You never know what Shane's going to do, and the Miz is just so fundamentally sound.
And since you love The Miz so much, why don't you take about 30 seconds to tell me how much you love The Miz, brother? In 30, I want you to do it in 60 seconds or less, but I want it to be at least 30, and I want you to tell me everything you love about The Miz, brother.
I love The Miz. I love The Miz's style. I love his promos. I love his outfits. The Miz's suit game is on fire. The Miz, everything about him, man. I love the way he came up. I love the way how he was the underdog. I love his work. His work ethic is fucking. There I went. Sorry. His work ethic is unbelievable. Okay.
That's enough. Enough, man. That's our random Miz talk of the day. That was awesome. That was brought to you. That was sponsored by who's sponsoring us? Pepto-Bismol. Is that right?
I think so, but the next time you cut me off, I'm coming over, brother.
That's what I want to see. That's why I've been trying to push you to the limit. I feel like
you push me over the edge.
I'm trying to push you over the edge, dude. I'm trying to get you to put your damn purse down and participate in the show here.
That's it.
That's what I was trying to get.
Settle it Sunday.
I'll get you talking about The Miz. I know you like The Miz. I'm working for you. I'm on your side. You don't realize it, bro.
Oh, don't you backtrack. I'm coming for you, buddy.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get the quick hot tag to Braun real quick and see what happens on your.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, I love The Miz too, man, and that's why I wanted to hear your little Miz rant because
I don't want to hear nothing about The Miz
because I know you like The Miz too, man. So Then we have the Boston Hug connection versus Nia Jax and Tamina. What do you think about that match? Do you think there's any chance that Nia and Tamina take the titles?
Oh Lord, I hope not. I don't think so, man. I see the Boston Hug. I see them winning that. I'd like to see them like a dream match against Lita and Trish. That's a WrestleMania match right there.
Oh, that would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's why you should do the booking, brother. There you go. I'll put you over there.
Yeah.
Gave you a good comment now to counteract all the bad ones for the last 6 weeks. I apologize about that. And for those of you who don't know, we're really good friends. We've known each other forever. We do this in our real life, just back and forth. Nothing serious between us. So it's all good. I don't think it is, at least. Is it? Hello?
Until Sunday when I come suplex you.
That's right. That's right. I'll be ready for it, brother. I've been working on taking bumps, brother. I'm ready. So with
You're in pretty good physical condition.
let me ask you this: the Boston Hug connection. Like, are you a fan of Bayley and Sasha individually? Like, they're not. Neither one of them are near the top of my list individually, but seeing them together, there's just something about it. Like, I really enjoy watching them work as a team.
Actually, man, I hope everybody don't question my manhood, which it's already in question anyway. But the Boston Hug, let me say about Sasha Banks, man. Sasha Banks might be the best seller of wrestling moves I've ever seen. And Bayley, man, she's the perfect character for WWE and the little girls and stuff. Not just little girls, but you get what I'm saying, watching the show.
No, she does.
Huge fan. I'm a huge fan of the Boston Hug.
She has a good vibe, yeah, for the. And that's why I'm always so torn. It's perfect that you said that, because I'm always so torn with WWE programming, because I want to see some edgier programming all the time, but at the same time I want to be able to sit and watch it with my son too, you know, so I'm kind of always conflicted there. And I guess that's kind of what I like about some of the other edgier stuff that I can watch maybe, you know, without him, when I can kind of watch some NJPW or some NXT or something that he might not be as interested in, you know, so I kind of like that there's variety and options out there, you know.
Yeah, and both of their ring work is solid, and they want to be there. You know, it's that same story again. We was talking about when we was talking about Owens and Bryan. That, you know, that's all they wanted to do was be wrestlers. So it seems like those kind of people are always going to try a little harder to me than somebody like Brock, who just kind of there for the big check.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and I'm sorry, Brock. You know, if you ever hear this, please don't hurt me.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot this over to Brock, actually. When we get
Oh,
done. Yeah, Vince is sitting gorilla anyway, so you know everything you say is getting right back to Brock. So it's just a matter of time, brother. You know, before.
All right, Dave. When I come over Sunday, I'll give you a foot massage.
That's here we go.
Please don't.
No, I want the
Please don't
suplex.
throw me
I don't
in.
want a damn foot massage. Put your damn purse down, Susie. I want the suplex.
I still got my purse. Don't hurt me.
All right, here we go. After that, there's one final match to touch on here before we get into some cool things. Of course, we've got another wrestler had some thoughts, not really on our show, actually. It was just about you today. And but before we hop into that, the Raw Tag Team Championship match will be held also. It'll be the Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. What do you think about that match?
Yeah, you know how I feel about the Rhodes, man. That's just I like Chad Gable a lot. Bobby Roode, I don't know, man. I ran real cold on him. I've never been a huge fan of him. I like Gable by itself without that Roode.
Who do you like to win the match? Who do you like to win the match?
I'll take the other guys, not the Rogue squad.
This is a triple threat match. This is the Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable.
I'm going for Ricochet and Aleister Black, man.
All right.
That's where I'm siding up with.
Now that we have you back on Earth, here we got. That's
Is that where we're at?
Yeah, I think so too, brother. I think Aleister Black and Ricochet is going to win, and if not, then the Revival will win too. I don't see them letting Roode and Gable win this match, but it's pretty cool that it's going to be a triple threat match, and I think it's going to be a good one.
And a big shout out to Paducah, Kentucky, home of Ricochet, baby.
That's right. And a big shout out to Bobby Roode and Chad Gable for rocking the robes. We love that, brother.
Oh, Lord, good Lord.
I guess you can go back and listen to like Monday or Tuesday's show if you want to hear his thoughts on the young fellas wearing the robes and my thoughts on it.
Please stop wearing the robe. You're not Ric Flair.
All right, here's Triple H's thoughts on you and the way you conduct yourself on our show. We'll hop right into that now. I guess everybody wants to hear it. I don't know where these thoughts were recorded at, where it was taken from. We've just got like some of our fans are or I don't know. I guess would that be a fan, someone who finds all this audio and sends it to you? I don't know. Some of our detractors, but I'm quick to put it on the air because, well, it just is what it is, brother. You know, no point in trying to sugarcoat the truth, brother. Here's what Triple H recently had to say about the show. You right here, brother?
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes I feel like with my neighbors over here, I guess you can hear them right there leaving. Like I feel like, have you ever seen Hustle and Flow? Like when he walks over next door and knocks on the door. He's like,
yeah, man.
Look, I know you and I ain't always been on the best of terms.
We'll have to go over Sunday and have a talk with them, bro.
That's right. All right, here we go. So I just wanted to wait for them to pull out of the driveway. Here we go.
If the WWE Universe wants it, if that's what's best for business, and I don't mean to sound that like it's the cliche, but it's really what's in the best interest of everybody's here. If we can get past it, it's my regret of that we couldn't get past all this stuff with him. But if he didn't want to be here anymore, if this wasn't his passion anymore, then he shouldn't be here. You can't do this job if you don't love it.
So that's what he had to say about you, brother.
Oh, man, Triple H. I ain't got a lot to say about you.
You can't do this job if you don't love it, brother.
Oh, Lord. I'm gonna have to take it up with you Sunday, brother.
Sunday.
We went from fighting to making up. Now it's on again.
It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down Sunday, brother.
Good Lord.
So what do you want to talk about next? We've got. Do you have anything? Well, before we hop into, I've got a couple of things I want to touch on. Two more things. We got to play Random Wrestling Knowledge with Clyde, of course, and then we was wanting to run down the 10 fastest matches in WWE history. I didn't know if you wanted to get into that.
Yeah, man, let's roll with it.
All right, so before we do, I guess we'll go ahead and play your favorite segment for the day, and it's called Random Wrestling Knowledge with Clyde. Are you ready, brother?
Yeah, let's get it in.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm trying to read this here. I'm trying to get question number one. Aleister Black wrestled extensively on the independent circuit in the United Kingdom and Europe under the ring name blank.
Black Mass, maybe? I'm not sure, buddy.
Okay, let's ask Mr. Producer. And what did you say? What is your answer again? Let's say it a little louder here, Susie.
The Black Mass.
Mr. Producer Man, show us Black Mass. No, I'm sorry. Tommy, it was Tommy End. Aleister Black wrestled under the name Tommy End.
I like his new name better, man.
Yeah, I do too. All right. 0 for 1 today. Here we go. Question number 2. What is Alexa Bliss's real name?
Lexi Kaufman.
Mr. Producer Man, show us Lexi Kaufman. Ding, 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 ding. It's Alexis Kaufman. Good job, brother.
Finally.
Good job. I like that. I figured we'd like throw you a softball there. We just put one nice and easy, 75, 80 miles an hour right over the middle of the plate for you, dude.
That was a good one. I appreciate it.
Just to get you on track, brother. Just to get you on track. This next one's not going to be so easy. Are you ready for question number 3?
Shoot, brother.
All right. Brian Lloyd Danielson was born on May 22nd, 1981 in Aberdeen, Washington, to a blank and a blank. What did his parents do for a living?
I want to say his father was a carpenter and his mother maybe sold Girl Scout cookies. I'm not sure.
What'd you say? What'd you say she did?
Maybe sold Girl Scout cookies.
That's funny. Show me, okay, Mr. Producer Man, show me carpenter and sold Girl Scout cookies. No. His father was a lumberjack, actually, and his mother was a therapist.
A lumberjack in Aberdeen, Washington. Imagine that.
Yeah, I think they got a few trees up there. And so we'll go ahead and close the show out today with this. So this is the top 10 fastest matches in WWE history. And there was one I was surprised it didn't see make it, was that Honky Tonk Man and Ultimate Warrior match.
Yeah, I would have thought that was on there.
Well, this is according to WWE.com, and we kind of know how they like to look back and change history a little bit too, brother. So we don't know for sure if this,
Oh yeah.
Like they run like us. Like they're hot on guys one day and cold on guys the next day. One day you look on their site, you think some guy's the greatest wrestler in history. The next day you get on there, he's scrubbed from the site altogether. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so checking in at number 10 was the Road Warriors versus Power and Glory at WrestleMania 7, 59 seconds. Any thoughts?
I was actually there. I believe was that the one in Indianapolis.
I don't know where it was at, brother. I'm just telling you the time and name and length of the match here, and you're the historian. This is your job right here, brother. That's what I'm talking about. I feel like instead of bringing a briefcase full of wrestling stats, you've been bringing Coach bags with Chanel makeup to the studio every day. I don't know what's going on here, brother, but. Yeah, okay, so we'll move along then. Number 9. Here's a cool match we can talk about. Butterbean versus Bart Gunn at WrestleMania. Was it what WrestleMania was it? 15, 35 seconds, and this wasn't even really like a shoot match, man. In 35 seconds, he just got his ass knocked out. You know?
Yeah, that was a real fight there.
Yeah, it was no joke. And if anybody out there hasn't seen that, which I'm sure most of you have, take a few moments and Google that. Butterbean versus Bart Gunn at the Brawl for All. And I really think they should have just cut that thing short one match before the Butterbean match, and Bart Gunn would have looked like the WWE's version of Mike Tyson, the way he rolled through the roster in that tournament. But Vince always has to try to just take it to one more level, and well, he pushed it a little too far there, brother.
Yeah, that wasn't a good deal. I didn't really like that, man. I wasn't a fan of that.
No, it was almost like he was just feeding him to the wolves, and then really Bart Gunn's career was never the same after that. I mean, he was out of the company shortly after that, wasn't he?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it, man. It's supposed to be professional wrestling. They want to do tough man fights, and leave that to the little rinky-dink arenas around the world.
Anybody really watching wrestling with an unbiased eye should know that these guys are some of the toughest sons of bitches to walk the planet, man. Good Lord, just look at what they do. I mean, they don't need to go any further to prove it, dude. You're right.
Yeah, I'm back on the same page with you there, brother.
Okay, so here we go. Number 8, Earthquake versus Adam Bomb, WrestleMania 10. 35 seconds.
Who won that? Was it Quake? Did he get him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Quake just sat on him, didn't he?
Nice. I was hoping so. Really hoping
All right,
so.
Well, we'll move along, brother. Number 7, Red Rooster versus Bobby the Brain Heenan at WrestleMania 5, 31 seconds.
I remember that one, yeah. The Rooster, I think, won that one.
Actually, Heenan won. No.
The Rooster.
Oh man, I love Bobby the Brain Heenan so much, man.
Yeah, legend, man. Greatest manager of all time, I think.
And staying on, just kind of giving a more tribute to one of our favorite heels of all time, King Kong Bundy versus SD Jones at WrestleMania 1, 24 seconds.
Yeah, I recall that one like it was yesterday. I used to replay that one with my wrestling figures, my LJN. So that one always stood out to me.
Yeah, it was funny. It was given a 20-minute time limit, and then it took 24 seconds.
And he get him with the 5 count also.
Yeah, 458-pound King Kong Bundy.
Walking condominium, baby. Rest in peace.
That's right. Well said, brother. Okay, number 5, Hulk Hogan versus Yokozuna, WrestleMania 9, 22 seconds.
That match makes me sick a little bit, but yeah, I remember it.
So what actually happened in that match? There was like a salt getting thrown around, and
well, what happened is Bret Hart went in there with Yokozuna, and of course Bret Hart did all the work, and Hulk Hogan shows up and decides he's going to challenge Yokozuna and wins the belt. Not a big fan of that match, but whatever.
Oh wow, I am just happy that you finally said you wasn't a fan of something, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going heel on you.
That's such a beautiful thing, baby. I'm glad to see that. I'm right there with you, brother.
I'm going to get you Sunday.
I can't wait. Sunday, son. I don't know if we're going to do if we can get to our festival of friendship this week, that would be really cool, man. Maybe we can
this has turned into a festival. Fear.
Fear Fest 2019.
Sunday.
They ain't going to make it to the guitar shot at 1K subscribers. I'm going to take a chair shot from you Sunday, I think. All right, we'll never get done with this list. Here we go. Number 4, Rey Mysterio versus JBL at the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania.
Continental title.
21 seconds.
Yeah, I seen that one. I was happy with that, man. I was pulling for Rey on that. I was surprised it ended so quick, though.
Yeah, it's Rey Mysterio, man. How can you not pull for Rey, right?
Yeah, Rey Mysterio's like a glitch or a cheat code or something, kind of like Ricochet. Like this guy does things that nobody else can do.
You're going to love number 3, dude. Hart Foundation versus the Bolsheviks at WrestleMania 6. 19 seconds.
I remember that. Beautiful. It was in Canada. I believe it was in Toronto Sky Dome. Yeah, it's one of my favorite, actually probably my favorite quick match ever.
I figured you might say that. You kind of like that feller, but what's his name there? Bret Hart?
Yeah, that's my dude, the GOAT right there, for me at least.
Was he champion at one time?
Yeah, 5 times champion.
All right, number two, Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, WrestleMania 28, 18 seconds.
I loved that one too. I was pulling for old Sheamus. That was a good one.
He's pulling for old Sheamus, eh?
And if anybody wants to look back at it, the best part of the match was AJ Lee kissing Daniel Bryan probably. And Sheamus got him with the brogue kick. The Celtic Warrior!
Oh, the old distraction gimmick, you know?
Oh, Sheamus.
It's kind of hard to not be distracted by something like that, I guess, you know?
Yeah, that's what Marlena always says.
Okay, here we go. Number one. Kane versus Chavo Guerrero. WrestleMania 14, 11 seconds.
Yeah, not a fan of that, man. Chavo's a credit to the business. He shouldn't have been jobbed out so quickly. I was actually pulling for him in that match.
I'm not surprised because you're always pulling for everybody. Like, if we talk about the match from another angle, like if I bring it up in 3 weeks, you'd be like, well, I'm glad Kane did that to him. Chavo deserved it.
I was working an angle, baby.
That's right. You never know what's going to happen here, baby, on the show. The Razor's Edge, the People's Podcast, the Jobbers Cast. I don't know what we call it, but let us know what you think we should call it in the comments, and maybe we will. That's right. That's how we roll right here.
Sounds good to me, brother.
And thanks for joining us today. I was trying to get a hold of you. It took me a while to get you on the horn today, and that whole time I was getting frustrated. And I was just thinking, let me drive over there, brother, but I didn't. And you finally called, and I appreciate it. We finally got us on the air. I know you took a few moments away from your limousine riding, jet-setting lifestyle, and we truly appreciate it, brother. We're going to go ahead and hop out of here for the day and put a bow on this. Before we do, is there anything you want to say?
Yeah. All of our listeners, thank you. Let us know if you liked it. If you don't like us, hit us with the King Kong Bundy Splash. Hit that 5 count. And we're going to share this on our Facebook affiliate pages, WWFL Gym Maniacs, Kofi Kingston Club, Hitman Heart Club, Bliss Army, Carlitos Caribbean Cabana, and All Elite Wrestling, all capitals.
Thanks for having the list ready, brother. It's one thing you do have ready every day for the show, and I appreciate that, brother. You got the list, and you can't find that anywhere else, so I truly appreciate it. And for having that ready, you make my list. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to a couple of people that really help us out. For most of our information, please check the All Elite Wrestling site on Facebook. It's a group, rather, and that's kind of where we share most of our stuff. Also, check out the LJ and Maniacs. That's where this man Clyde right here gets crazy with his friends in their own little wrestling universe. Really cool thing to check out. I'd like to give a couple of quick shout outs in the show here. Emmanuel Register, thank you so much for all the work you do on All Elite Wrestling. We appreciate it. Nevlum, huge shout out. Appreciate all the work that you do on All Elite Wrestling. Mike Britt, thanks for listening every day and sharing the show, man. We truly appreciate it. All the rest of you guys out there, if I'm missing anybody, we appreciate it. And thanks for listening. If you like us, put us over. If you don't like us, let us know. We'll do a job for you on your show. It's the way we roll here on this podcast. And having said that, brother, I guess we're going to go ahead and hop out for the day. You got anything else?
Let's roll, baby.
Let's go ahead and get on out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really can't. I don't know if I can leave today. I've left my walker.
Well, you better get off here and start training for Sunday. I'm coming at you.
Sunday. You never know. We might cut a quick video Sunday. Fastlane
I'm coming
Sunday.
for you, buddy.
See you guys tomorrow. It'll be Friday.